Good morning. Today is Monday that I'm recording this. I had two horses come in on Friday that look practically identical. They're actually three-quarter brothers. They have the same daddy, and the mamas are half sisters. Their name is Epic and Ironclad. This is Epic, and the only way I can tell the difference is Epic has the white on the foot. And they both have had 60 to 90 days of riding on them, and this one still has a bucking issue when he sees you out of the right eye. So I'm going to work on that. He has startled a couple times when I did something on his right side on the ground. Looking in his eye, I don't really see anything. I want to work him a little bit. See how he's looking over there? He's hyper alert. I want to work him a little bit before I decide whether or not to have the vet take a look at him. The way he's behaving with wanting to ignore me and look at that horse makes me want to rule out a behavior problem first, because that's more what he's acting like. If I work with it and it doesn't get better, then I'll talk to the owner about having a vet come look at his vision out of his right eye. But right offhand, I don't think that's it. When I look at his right eye, I don't just see anything obvious. And also, let's turn him around a little bit so you can see his right side. When I put my hand there, he's acting like he sees it just fine. When my hand goes back and forth, he's twitching his eye. But see how his head turned that way and his ears are locked over there. That's what's making me think that I don't think this is a vision problem. I think this is more of a respect space issue. But I'm going to kind of work his behavior on this side. When I went to halter him, I put my hand over here to put the halter on, and he did startle away. But I'm still thinking that could be more behavioral and more little bit of disrespect, but that's still to be seen. Make this bridle just a little bit bigger. This is the one that the owner said has a bucking problem, so it's possible that the bucking in that right side is connected. But I've worked quite a few horses with vision issues on one side or the other, and that doesn't necessarily automatically make them a bucker. I think I need to go down a little more. He's got a pretty good sized head. I'm going to put the bridle on first. All of these, both of these horses I suppose have had 60 to 90 days of riding on them by the guy that started them out in Utah. I don't remember his name. I think the owner told me, but I don't remember. See how I go to bridle him and he's looking away. Raven's sitting over there to the right of the camera watching. She came and worked both of these horses yesterday, and Ironclad actually gave her more trouble on the ground than what Epic here did. But I worked them a little bit Friday, not a whole bunch. Then when she worked them Sunday, that's the first time that they really had much pressure put on them. So we'll see. I'm going to saddle from the right. With him having the issues on this right side, I want to do a lot of work from the right. I'll put my bumpers on him and lunge him, ground drive him, and kind of see what happens from there. Their daddy was a National Foundation quarter horse. If you're familiar with the National Foundation Quarter Horse Association, he was a Poco Bueno bred stud. I've worked some Poco Bueno horses and talked a good bit about those bloodlines. They make good working using horses, but that bloodline was real popular when ranches still used hard working horses to work all day on a ranch. They were really good for that, and they're really gritty. I had a horse in here that the 2-year-old that was doing some really bad groundwork issues on the ground, that I've did quite a few videos of him. And these horses, they're gritty. By gritty, I mean they tend to have a big heart, want to do something, not necessarily automatically agreeable, but when you get them on your side, get them working for you, they tend to be really good. So what I'm going to do, wrap that lead rope around his neck. That was pretty snug. I'm going to take my lunge whip and I'm going to lunge him right here. I just did some posts about not disengaging the hind end while I'm lunging, and I'll talk about that while I'm lunging him. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep him fairly short. I want his head to come to me. He's pulling on me pretty hard. Work my way a little further away and a little closer to this wall so I can use the wall to change directions. And every time he kind of slows down or he pulls, I'm going to send him forward. The owner said that she's done some Clinton Anderson fundamentals with both of these two. And he's pulling on me pretty hard and wants to buck right there, which this is the one that has a bucking issue. He bows up like he wants to buck. I'm going to send him forward. I'll change directions here in just a minute. Swap sides, let the wall stop him, get 2 eyes, send him the other way. Forward. I want him to lighten his front end, round his back, lighten his front end, pivot on his back end, and then push off with his back end. Now he's actually lunging a little better on this side than what he was the other side. And this is the side that he has a little bit of issues with the vision. Or I say vision, issues on that side, which may or may not be vision. If you hear some noise, I got somebody here doing some work, some tractor work and just general maintenance. So we got to fix that gate right there and a few other things. See, back on this side, he's pulling on me again. We're going to change directions again. Let the wall stop him. Turn to me and go the other way. See right there, he was wanting to turn to the right instead of to me. Normally if they have vision issues on one side, they typically don't want to turn that direction. They want to turn to the direction that they can see better. So just something to take in consideration as far as how to proceed with him going forward. Again, right side lunging a little bit better. As he's coming to the wall, I'll change hands, get 2 eyes, send him the other way. Not perfect turned on the haunches, engaged and depart, but it's not too bad. Pulling a little less on me this time. Yep, pretty good pull there when he looked away. It's possible that he's looking away so that he can look out of that left eye. I don't think so. because of how nice he's lunging on the right. One more time around and I'll change directions again. There we go. That right ear is on me nice when he's on the right. Acts like he's trying a little harder. If I had to guess, when I got on him, it'd be the left side that he would buck, not the right. Change directions again. Push out. Now that left ear is on me pretty good. Now this time I'm going to ask him to stop, but I'm not going to ask him to change directions. Good. Still swung that back end out a little bit. I'd rather him stop straighter. That's probably residual from previous trainer. Most trainers disengage that hind end. In the process of working him, I'm going to try to undo that. So now I'm going to put these bumpers on him. I'm going to put the one on the left first, in case he panics about the right side. One of them's got a little water in it, a little heavier. I'm going to put that on this left side. Make sure you don't just spook at the idea of them. Now let's see what he does when I ask him to move off. He's looking at them. Actually looking at both of them. Just asking him to move his feet. Work my way back over here where I was lunging him. Then I'm going to go back to lunging him again. One time around, one more time, then I'll change directions. And a little bit more reaction over here. Ears are coming back, looking at it. If I go in this direction, his head should be turned this way. That's going to kind of get his attention on this side. Yeah, see now that, when you turn a few times at the wall and create that muscle memory, you end up with that kind of turn. You see how he came down to a stop with a real back end engaged stop, lifted his front end and turned on his front end. Still pulling on me harder this side than the other side. Every time he acts like he's thinking about slowing down, I'm swinging the rope telling him to go forward. Every time he pulls on my hand, I'm going to tell him to go forward with the lunge whip. Just like in the saddle, when they pull on my hand, I push with my leg. Exact same principle for the exact same reason. One more time around, I was going to change directions there, but he was pulling at just the wrong time. Now let's change direction. Nice stop. I'd rather not swing the back end around, but getting there. Not terrible. Definitely could be worse. Okay, so I'm gonna walk over, take him with me, and walk over here and get my Lariat. I'm gonna walk out of frame for just a second. Would you get me a trash bag that I can tie to this saddle horn? Piece of string on it or something like that? Okay, I got my Lariat here. Let's go back over here and put him back on that lunge line. The other one of these, his 3/4 brother, they said that the previous trainer had started tracking a dummy and throwing a rope off of him. I suspect that they've both seen a rope before. What I want to do, not just a matter of throwing a rope. I'll set that right there for now. I want him to drag that rope. Put the lunge line back on. Put that back around his neck. Tie it off so it stays up there. I'm going to take this loop, put it on the saddle horn. Now I'm going to have to watch I don't get caught in this Lariat, but get this loop out, it'd be a little better, a little easier to pay attention to it. Raven's bringing that bag out here. That's the next thing I'm going to do with him. Thank you. Now I'm going to, one more time around, and I'm going to change directions. See him look at that rope, not sure about going that way. Come on. There we go. Going to drag his back legs. There we go. Let him go a little bit longer on the lunge line. Keep going. Now you get that Lariat away from my feet a little bit. His bit is caught on that halter. That's why it's pulled up on this right side. Not gonna hurt anything. I'll fix it at some point. Not concerned if he gets them wrapped around his feet, gets it between his legs. Does not matter. Go. Does not matter. I want him broke to all of that. They look to the right, so I use my whip to send him forward. Pulled on me, I sent him forward. Pulled on me again, I sent him forward. Now I'm going to ask for a stop out here and let's see what happens. There we go, good boy. Okay. Now I'm going to take the rope. See how he's kind of looking at the rope and coming to me? That's where this can get really dangerous. He couldn't look at that rope, come to me looking for help, and get both of us in trouble. Bring this on top. Go back over and pick up my Lariat. We're going to see if he looks at it out of this right side. Let's go forward. Let it go a little longer to get the rope out of my feet. When I get this long, it's hard to get in position to send them forward. Actually not too bothered about it this direction. Worried more about it on the other side. Go forward. Let's go around one more time. As for stop. Good boy. Okay. A little bit of reaction on the first side, but that was really about it. Next thing I'm going to do, see that little startle over here? He's doing that while I'm on the ground. That's what I want to make go away. So let's bring my Lariat over here. See what he does with this bag. Now I'm about to take this bag, put it on the saddle horn. Tighten out that hay string. Take this bag and tie it back over here and make it a little smaller. He's curious about the bag. Good sign. Could have had some work with a bag done with him before. A lot of trainers do. Let's see what he does over here. What I'm gonna do, put it on the saddle horn. A couple wraps in it. His eyes getting big. Keep him a little short. Eventually he's going to figure out it ain't hurting him. Let's go the other way. He got his legs in that Lariat. I'm not worried about that. That'll make him look at some other things besides that bag. Needs to be broke to all of it. Go around one more time, then I'll change directions, and we're going to see how he takes a change direction. Bag's on the right. Lunge line is kind of forcing him to think to the right. Not as worried about it as he was a few minutes ago. That was to kind of get his attention. He kept looking to the outside, looking to the outside, looking to the outside. There we go. Get his attention over here. So he looked at that bag. So, one question that might come up is, why did I not work the bag on a stick with pressure and release? I didn't, because this is not a horse that I'm just starting to get under saddle. This is a horse with an issue that I'm correcting the issue. Totally different situation, totally different reason, totally different way of doing things. All right, ask him to stop. Let me get that bag over on this side and do it again. So he wants to worry. I want to kind of give him some input to get him over this bucking thing that he's wanting to do. Now I'm going to want to lunge him to the left Now lunging to the left, looking at the bag to the left. I mean, theoretically, since the bag's looking to the left, if he's looking left, his head should come left easier and he shouldn't pull on me as hard. And that's generally what he's doing. Worried about the bag, looking at the bag, but he looked down at that lariat. First time, he ran through that lariat and it caught on his leg and he drug it with him because all he was focused on was that bag. Now he's looking at the bag, but he's just watching it. He's not looking at it in a way as much that he thinks it's going to eat him. One more time around, then I'll change directions. Sending that shoulder. See how sluggish that turn was? It needs to be better. Bag went back over this side. I think that was the bumper that got him that time. Change directions again. Two eyes, send. Give his attention over here a little bit, sending forward. One more time around, then I'll change directions again. Send that shoulder. That shoulder needs to swing around more and push harder with his back end. That direction, he's just stopping, loading up his front end and disengaging his back end. That direction, it turns not near as good as the other direction. Stepped over that rope. All right, I'll let you stop. I'm not gonna let him come to me. I've talked about that before. Not allowed to close in the space. Nope. Back up, there we go. I'm gonna be extra cautious with that because when something scares him, I don't want him coming into my space and jumping on top of me to ask for help. I'll close in the difference. That rifle fixed itself. Okay, let's take this bag off. Be real cautious about how I do this. Don't want to scare him and have him jump into him. If it's on that left side and it spooks him, he's going to jump into him. You don't want that to happen, so let's take this bumper off. Take this bumper off. Take the lead rope down. And I'll take the lunge line off. There we go. Let's take him back over to the step. I'll take the saddle off of him. So hopefully what my plan is to keep working him with this stuff above him and to the side of him until he just really doesn't care, and then I'll start stepping up on him. I've said in the past with some other horses that too much groundwork is bad and creates problems. Well, this is one that I think needs a little more groundwork. A little more of this stuff over his back to get him comfortable with stuff up above him and to his right. Okay, so this is Epic. This is his first video, but I'll have more of them. And on YouTube, I'll have a link here to his playlist. Until next time, thank you for watching.